What's going on, traders? Yes, you made it to the one SPACs attack. Yes, we're going to get this started. We're going to talk everything SPACs. Today is going to be more of a free day. So you guys hit the thumbs up. Get ready with some opinions because if you got some, I want to hear them in the chat. Let's go ahead and get SPACs attack started. What's up? What's up, traders? Yes, I see you guys talking in the chat. We'll get towards that right now when we get into a little bit of the headlines. Don't got too much headlines to go through, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and mention that. We did get that Ngca merging with Virgin Orbit. We'll get into that in a second. Like always, guys, smash the like. Let's get this party started. Chris, not here again, guys. So I don't have my brain with me, so just do with that. Understand the brain's not here, so I'm gonna do my best to give you guys a good show here by myself. So hey, what can I do? Held pre-market prep down. Now got to hold down the SPACs. Let's do this thing. All right, let's go ahead. First things up, I want to talk about some news. We'll get into that news right now and take us back to those headlines. All right, so we got the Ngca deal. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen here. It's up about 1.86%, but really got a nice gap up on this news. Let's go ahead and put it up on the screen here. And so they announced, Virgin Orbit announced with Next Gen Acquisition 2 a deal here valued at $3.2 billion enterprise value, 100 million pipe, including an investment from Boeing, 166 revenues CAGR, and 6.4 times the EBITDA of 2025 estimate, 2.1 times sales of 2025. And it's going to open up eventually as a symbol. When it changes over, it'd be VORB. Right now, it's trading at a 1.5% discount to NAV at a 4.5% arbitrage yield. Right now, we're seeing this up there at 987. Did trade up a little bit past that, but not much from there. Went up to a high of 1008 in the pre-market. Now has just been going sideways. We'll see if this one is able to break out of this trend and keep going. What do you guys think about this deal? If you guys think it's a big one, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If you guys think it's a smaller deal and you're not going to really pay attention to it, put a 2. I think this is a bigger deal for sure. It's a big one that we've been waiting to get in with SPACs. We all thought it was going to go with kind of the Virgin Galactic SPAC, but I mean, here you guys have it. Next Gen Acquisition going for it. We'll see if it's able to get above 10 today and keep making moves. Looks like there's a bunch of 1s getting through in the chat, about one or two 2s, but mainly 1. So amazing deal there. Says yo. So we'll definitely pay attention to it, and we'll see how this kind of continues to run. All right, so let's go ahead. Another one that did have some news. It wasn't anything major. RSI, as you guys can see, was trading up a little bit here. They were going to participate in the Craig Hallam online gaming conference tomorrow, mainly to talk about potential expansion to South America. I think this is important to pay attention to because you could get some news that they're going to really start stepping into that market, thus giving them a little bit more growth. We'll keep on watch on RSI. As you guys know, I do like this stock long term. Haven't gotten back in it, so I'm kind of more in a watch, wait and see now. But definitely a nice push back up there today as it pulled back towards around the 1150s multiple days and now pushing back up there towards 1268 with a high of 1296 today. All right, so what's going on? How we doing out there, Kristen? Good to see you. Good to see some new faces in the chat. If you guys got a ticker you guys want me to take a look at, today is that kind of day because don't have too much plan here. Going to roll with what I got. and try to do the best we can. Chris should be back tomorrow. Don't count me on it because I kind of been wrong about the last 2 days. So we'll see if he gets back tomorrow. And then we can continue on with the SPACs attack. All right. Looks like somebody's mentioning some different stocks in the chat. I'll get to those in a second. Just want to go ahead and mention what do we got this week for mergers. We got to pay attention to SNPR, merger vote with Volta Charging. You got GWAC. That's going to be a vote with Cypher Mining. You got MUDs. But guess what? It's not going to do it. Such a crazy day for MUDs. I mean, turned over with that tops. It was supposed to vote on the merger on the 25th. And as you can see, not going to happen. CNH vote with the merger of Arquette Limited. Don't know too much about that one. That one's on the 31st, so keep your eyes on that one. AB's car is all good now. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth, but we'll see. Let's keep going. Can I ask you a question? What SPAC stands for? Special. Guys, come on. We're back into that. Okay, Max, I gotta help you out here. I think we even got what is SPACs in the chat. I think we had a video on it. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, I can't find it for you. But here you go. I'll put it in the chat here so that you know exactly what they are here. So there you go. Happy beat me to it with the paste in there. Special Purpose Acquisition Company. What does it mean? It means kind of a new form, a way to get into the public markets where you're going to go ahead and collect a money based on an idea, a pipe, and bring it merging with a company already. So if you haven't taken a look at SPACs before, this is maybe the time to start learning about them. Maybe not the time to start investing them. Happy, you beat me to it, man. If you typed that up, man, I was just slow on that move. But all right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look here. What are the biggest movers of today? We got GOEV up about 15.4%. What a reversal there from $6. And with that being said, it could be EV overall. I'll take a look to see if some of the other EVs are running, but it looks like they're having a good day. I see Fisker down there, Helion down there. Definitely not having a bad day. VLDR, I did see some news that wasn't really massive here. So pretty much the founder calling Velodyne's LiDAR's founder, David Hall, calls on chair director Hamid. I'm not even going to try to read that last name, to resign. So pretty much the largest holder of the outstanding common stock is asking for someone to be removed from the board. So not the most positive news. I mean, I definitely don't think that's something you want to be seeing, but investors are not caring. Today up about 13.7%, shooting on up there from about 630s up there to 620s or 720s. We'll see if it can continue to make runs. All right, what's going on? How we doing? No worries, Max. If you have a question, I got the answer. We'll get the answer, and it's okay to take me off track. Just knocked me off at that last second there. Let's go ahead. What other ones we got? What do you think about SLGG? It's been beaten up for a while. I'll get into some other SPACs or other stocks at the end. If you want me to take a look at some random stocks, I'll take a look. That's not a SPAC, so I'm going to try to stay off of it for right now. PTRA to have a comeback today. Yep. ASTR on the move. We'll definitely take a look. RSI making moves too. Let's keep going. Romeo Powers up about 11.2%. Looks like, Canoe is leading the EV and autonomous driving stock rally. Oh, an autonomous driving stock rally? Weren't we looking at autonomous stocks to do a basket last week? Whoa. No, I'm just playing, guys. I'm just going to keep watching these. We'll see how this kind of reacts. Romeo went all the way down towards, it looks like $4 here. Let's take a look on the chart, see what we're seeing. We had a low on 409. Man, what a crush down, really. I mean, this was a stock that went back in December all the way up towards $38, now down there towards $4.50. This is one that I definitely stay away from. Even if it has a good day like this, maybe you can trade the momentum, but I am staying away from Romeo Powers. All right, let's keep going. Let's go to B-Fly. B-Fly having a good day, almost 9%, really bouncing. And what I'm liking now is that I'm seeing multiple bottoms on this chart. You guys know I like to see my bottoms. Let's go ahead. We got this bottom here. We got this bottom. We got this bottom. And now it tried to break down here through 10 one more time. Couldn't and reversed. I like that look now. Now I want to really hold towards that 10 and want to see the stocks just start uptrending to break out towards the 14, maybe even get up there towards 1450s. I'm going to be watching B-Fly the next couple of days. If I do get a pullback closer towards, let's say 1075, 1050s, I might take a shot off that $10. What's going on, chat? How you doing out there? All right, let's go ahead and start taking a look at some of these stocks that are being mentioned in the chat. PTRA, let's take a look there. PTRA right here up about 6.7%, really starting to bounce back here. The big thing for me is that you want to see multiple lows near the same area. You got this level to go off of here. So you had a low here of 890 the day prior, a low of 877, but a close there of 890s. So to me, 890s is really a price point to watch and keep an eye out. It just can't go below that. So now you know your line in the sand, and now it's starting to push back up. Doesn't mean it's going to get all the way back there towards, let's say, 13s, but it does give it that lift, at least look towards, let's say, 1040s. Let's see if it gets back up there and starts getting some volume to push it back in a direction. All right, let's go. Keep going. What other stocks we got mentioned? RSI, kind of talked about that one already. It was starting to bounce back up. We talked about it with the news. Let's keep going. Next one up, Body and Sofi. These are interesting to take a look. I'm pretty sure Body's still down here. There you go. Looks like it's pulling back about 3.6%. I'm looking for a pullback underneath kind of 6. Closer towards 5. If I could get that look for Body, I'd definitely start taking a look at this one because I do think in the long run, it is going to have some success. Let's take a look at Sofi. Sofi still has been going down. Let's see what's happening to it today. Looks like it's trying to hold on 14 or 1380s. It needs to hold that level for it to get back. If not, it could crack down and head closer down to 12. All right, so what's my price target for Ngca? Honestly, I don't have one because it just came out. I mean, if I throw out a price target right now, I'd just be giving you a price. It wouldn't be going off of any data, any look. I need to do a deeper investment dive into the investor presentation. Then I can make a decision. But for right now, no price target. PaySafe, G-Man, and I think Carl talking about PaySafe. So let's go into that. PSFE. Let's take a look here on the chart. What are we seeing? We're seeing a bounce off $8 coming up there towards 850s. And man, this one's getting crushed. I just don't like the chart because even though you're getting a bounce back, you didn't get much volume on this bounce back. Very low volume on the bounce and very low volume going into the lows. Even though you got this low to follow here, I think this is more of a stay away until it comes back completely. I mean, it needs a lot to make up this kind of gap that it did. And the monthly candle still has it red. And so until I see a monthly green, I've told you guys I'm staying out a lot of these specs. I'm not going to be trying to catch the bottom on something that's still in a deep down trend. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going. What's the deadline for redeeming SPAC commons for NAV value? I think it's in the merger date, but Solar, that means that's a little bit more technical question. I'm pretty sure I would ask Chris that question if I had that question myself. Not something that I've done. I haven't redeemed the SPAC commons, so I wouldn't really know. I'll try to reach out to Julian and get you an answer in a little while. All right, let's keep going. What's your take on PRPB? It's almost 2 years. What's next? Not sure about that one. Let's keep going. John Doe mentioning EV Go. Let's take a look at EV Go. All right, EV Go coming down there towards 850s. Let's take a look on the daily, see what we're seeing. Looks like you got this bottoming action trying to form. Nice kind of hammer candle here. You'd want to see a big green bar fill up here if it's going to really rip back out. It does give you some lows to go off of right now, 812s, and a low today, 826. So you wouldn't really want to get it below that 825 level. And then maybe you can go off of that if you want to take a chance here. I personally wouldn't, but that's all to your own decision making there. And it is kind of bottoming on at least from the 20th of August. PTRA way oversold. I agree. It's oversold, but that doesn't mean that it can't continue to go down. All right, gonna go ahead and keep going. Let's see what other stocks we got in the chat being mentioned. Slam, any news on the pending merger? No, I haven't heard anything yet. Slam, let's take a look here. 966, 964s, really kind of catching a bottom, but no volume in this thing. I would stay away. The 14th of July, we got 1.8 million shares traded. And ever since, we haven't even gotten past, like, let's say 500,000 shares. So wait till you see something like that and Slam to really give you that lift look. We talked about APPH yet? No, but we will now. I got you, Han Solo. Let's take a look here. APPH, of course, App Harvest had the bad earnings, bad guidance. Now the question is, can they turn around and get the margins that they need? They need to close this gap here between about $11.12 and $8-9. So let's see if it can get back up there and start closing that gap. Not really a stock that I'm going to go a little bit crazy on because App Harvest, I was expecting to see good earnings, and we actually got bad ones here. It wasn't necessarily what I wanted to see, and it just shows you that they're having a little bit more struggle in kind of expanding and really taking advantage of the margins. Let's keep going. Master of Stonks bringing up ASTR. I know someone brought it up earlier also, so let's go ahead and take a look. Astro Space was having a good day. I think this had to do with also just kind of the industry overall. Leisure was doing well here, but if we can draw a trend line from kind of these levels here, we can draw a trend line down. You can see that it was kind of downward trending, really caught support here around 950s. So that's kind of the level in the sand for me. I'd want to pull back towards around 1030s, 1025 for me to get an entry here. But right now, it's looking like it's wanting to take off and not look back. If you look on the hourly chart, we really did get lifting. And now we want to see it pull back closer towards that 1020, 1030 area so that we could get in here and see it lift through 11. I like this 980 to go off of. So that's kind of the line in the sand on the downside. If I would put a trade on here around 1025, 980s would be my risk. All right, let's keep going. What else we got out there? What's up? AVPT CEO TJ, who you recently had, just bought under $1 million worth of share. Let's go ahead and take a look at AVPT, see where it's at. All right, so if we look at AVPT, yes, it looks like it's getting a little bit of a bottoming action. Could be off of that sympathy with the catalyst. The bottom there, 850s. 850s just really stand out to me. That's kind of like the bottom line here. $9. Are we going to come back from these levels? I'm not sure. There's not much volume in here to really push us back. So I think we need a big volume or a catalyst to get AvPoint back to where it once was. Kathy Wood has Genie bought big last week. Yeah, I think I did see something, the news on that. I know that you brought it up here for thinking about it. We'll wonder if Genie really reacts off of that. You know, Kathy's buys haven't really kind of made any stock, I would say, move massively recently, but I'm going to keep an eye on it, see what happens to it. I'm still in this one, full disclosure. Is there a SPAC not getting crushed? I mean, yeah, just look at DKNG. Look at RSI. Look at GOV. What else do you want to look at? We could take a look at some other ones that have been doing well too. Let's see how MP. I know MP has been pulling back, but let's see how it's doing today. It looks like it's trying to find some support. This is also one that came out of the SPAC land and still holding $31. Got up to 40 as recent as August 5th. So pay attention to MP Materials and DKNG. I'm pretty sure having a good day there. Yep, good day there. I wish I was still in this one. I got stopped out on that last move down, but it's made a nice move. Had a high today going into 53.90. I think this one's going to continue to run towards 56 and make a move towards 60. I'm going to keep watching DraftKings to see if it continues to make moves. And with that being said, you can keep an eye out on multiple gambling plays. I've been looking to see when SEAH is really going to start moving, but it really hasn't. I think you're going to wait for the switch over of tickers, and then you could see this one make moves. All right, catching up with the chat. What's up? What's up? Any SPAC you're looking at? Not right now. I mean, honestly, I'm trying to look at other investments than SPACs right now because they're not uptrending. And if it was uptrending, yeah, I would be looking to grab some SPACs, but I have to stick with what's out there. And the monthly candles tell me, no, 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 stay away. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going. DKNG, ready to the moon for football season, plus new NFT marketplace. Hey, they definitely have the catalyst to keep it going. Skills being brought up. I know Skills was having a good day last week. Let's take a look here at Skills now. Looks like, there you go. On Friday, we did get a pop here towards a high of 1125, but it didn't hold it. It just wicked there. So we really need to be careful with this one. It could test the low here and come back down towards 10 first. So I'm staying away from Skills here, even though a lot of people are bullish. Open being mentioned. Let's go ahead. Open had really good earnings, so I'm expecting them to come back with some vengeance. Gap fills, guys. We've been getting a lot of these gap fills. So we got a gap up, right? It fills the gap on the downside. Now we're getting a big breakout here in Open. I actually like this chart now. With a good weekly, a good pullback there. And now you just need to see this weekly candle really just break out through 1710. You see how this weekly candle went sideways on here? Inside week, let's get this back above this close, 755 for the week. And I think this one can really start ramping. And that's Open Door, OPEN. And we'll see if it kind of makes that move that I'm looking for. Solar, someone said a few days before the vote. So that's kind of the redemption talk there. Han Solo, we talked a little bit about that one. BTBT is a Bitcoin stock, so I'll try to stay away from that right now. Let's keep going. Skills has good future. Price action has been wild, though, lately. Yes. I mean, the future in the presentation looks amazing in Skills, but I have yet to see it in the price action. I have yet to see it in the technicals. And until that, leave it alone. I'm not going to mess with it. Let's keep going. John, talking about 32 likes. Come on, guys. If we don't get to 150 likes, I might just end this at 11:30. I mean, I can go back and just do some trades. I don't have to be on SPAX Attack. I want you guys to enjoy this, and smack that thumbs up. Let's keep going. All right. What's going on? Been creeping for DraftKings for a while, waiting for an entry. Can't blame you, Kristen. What I use on DKNG is kind of more of a weekly chart. And if I'm looking in shorter time frame, I'm using the hourly on DKNG. I do like the hourly on that chart. Might have to change the show name to SPACs Under Attack. I can't blame you for that one. That's a good one there. Let's keep going. Let's see what other ones we got mentioned in the chat here. SVPK EV scooter company. Not a bad one to take a look at. Let's take a look. Switchback, holding sideways here. 990s. What I like about it is that you do got this sideways action. It's not a bad thing to have sideways action. It's a lot better than those charts that are cracking through 9 going to $4. So let's take a look here. I'll put it on the chart. SWBK. You You can see that sideways trend. Can we get out of that trend? On the 9th of August, you tried to get through the 10 and just quickly rejected. One of the positive signs there was 1.576 million in volume. Now you need to get above that volume and through that $10. I'd be looking for somewhere around 2 million shares or 3 million shares traded, and to get above 10 would give it a really bullish upside look. Let's keep going. What other ones are out there? Sofi is mentioning CLF. Let's take a look here. That's Cleveland Cliffs. Yeah, that's a little off track there. I'll get to some random stocks at the end. I'm going to save about 10 minutes for any stock if you want me to take a look at it. But let's keep going through SPACs so that I can at least say we did a good SPACs attack today. Hit the like Master Song says. Support me because I support you guys. I'm here for the SPACs attack. And very much, one of the things that we could do is today I could have just played like a replay and gone back to some old stuff, but I wanted to do new stuff, new look here. I'm here for you guys. Smash that like. Let's keep going. We got some other ones being mentioned in the chat, but I'm going to go and pick something from the watch list here because I'm not seeing too much mention. Playboy's an interesting one, guys. Remember, this one went all the way past 60. It had a high here of 63.04, and we've had weeks and weeks of downside action now. This is why I like the monthly charts, guys, and why you can't get caught. This stock had what? 1, 2, 3, 4 months of straight green, and now we're having 1, 2, 3, and now we got to let this candle close, this 4th month. Can we hold this support right here? Because if we can hold that monthly support, I'll try to attack it there at the 1940s, looking for another bounce there in Playboy, back up towards, let's say, 40s or the 30s. Looking to see some new NFTs get pulled out by Playboy. And one of the things that we have to use is those deeper time frame charts to make sure that we're finding the primary trend and not the secondary trend. All right, what's going on? How are we doing out there? Rick House mentioning PIPP, not a bad one to mention, Rick. I've been watching to see when the heck this company is going to come out with a nice acquisition. We were watching this one for a long period of time. I mean, if you look on the daily chart, it's going to tell you a lot about why we've been watching it. This one went up just on announcement up there towards 1494, has gone sideways since pretty much the 3rd of March. Let's see what gets us out of this trend. I want to see us really push back up, get back above 10, and then make a move towards 1050. We'll see if PIPP can get going, and that's Pine Island Acquisition. What's up? What's up? How we doing out there? Pay attention to the market. It's a pull down based on COVID. I don't think it's based on COVID. I think it's based on overall market environment. I really don't think it's COVID because I think Delta's kind of peaked here. But one of the things that you're seeing is you're seeing a weak market. Why? Because I think everything has been priced in on the reopening. And now you're starting to see where we're going to be 6 months from now, not where we are today. Remember, one of the things that I always stress about the market is the market doesn't tell you what's going on today. The market is looking forward 6 months, 8 months, and it's not looking out at the time that we're in right now. Let's take a look. What's going on, Cole? It looks like Happy got Genie at 1450. I won't be mad at you. 1450. That's a good level to have. All right, let's keep going. FPAC being mentioned by Mark. That's not a bad one. Take a look here. FPAC. Sideways action. Can we get back above 10 and hold? Remember, I used to talk about this very often. Is when we get this push above 10, we want to see a sideways action above 10 and close above 10. So you get this spike 1045. Sideways action doesn't hold 10, gets right back below it. We want to see a pop above 10. And when it comes back down, it just goes sideways here, not down underneath the $10 price point. So you want it to be in this level versus be down here, because that shows that it's trying to hold that $10 price point and then curve back up to attack the highs. All right, time to keep going with the chat. What's up out there? Talk to me about oil before you go. Shannon, I got you. I'll get to oil in a second. No worries. Once we get towards around 11:45, I'll get off topic and I go into any stock there for you. Kinder Duke, smash the like. I'm here for you. What's up? We got Lucid being mentioned in the chat. Let's take a look here at the Lucid Dreams, the Lucid Motors. A lot of people are talking about it, and there's some rumors circulating that they potentially could get some deliveries out in October, which, I mean, it's rumors, so don't go too crazy, guys. We got to stay in here and hang in. Right now, I'm telling you, this is looking like it's trying to pull back. This doesn't look like it's trying to hold support. So, yeah, you could go off of kind of maybe this close here and try to take a risk and return off these multiple lows. So you're seeing a low here at 2160. You're seeing a close of 2171. You could go off that level and try to risk right now about what we're talking 20 cents, but it's not really my cup of tea to go ahead and try to attack this bottom right here. I want to see the levels start coming back up. One of the things is if we crack, we easily can come back down towards this level of 20. And then below that, we got another level down here, which is around 18, where we can head to. I would love to see a hard crack towards the 20 and then some good volume come in near that 20. And then everyone that was in during this period of time where you were in this pattern gets stuck and the volume is kind of above you. And now you get this quick dip. Look, and then we'll see if it can bounce off of that level and then get back above 21. I would wait for it to hit that 20, get back above 21, and then that very next day, look for a red to green buy. That's my kind of approach to get in on Lucid. All right, waiting to start lucid dreaming again. I can't blame you. I can't blame you. For right now, I'm sticking out of this one. I had this one at one point over 30% winner, and I stuck to my bones, ended up only getting about 5% on the gain on Lucid. And that's because why? I think I even got caught into the hype, guys, there. When it switched over the name, I thought it could get that big rip. But then when it didn't get that big rip, I should have just sold into the move. I could have got nice 20, 30%. Ended up getting a lower return on this one. Because why? Because I was being greedy and not sticking to the original plan. More long going with what the social sentiment was. And the social sentiment was that it was going to break out. And as you can see, it didn't. All right, that's probably going to do it for me on the SPACs attack, guys. So I don't mind if you guys go ahead and now start throwing up some tickers, any tickers that you want to go through. And what I can do is I'm going to do a kind of a market recap for us right now about what I'm seeing out there in the overall market and how we could be kind of trading this right now. All right, so let me get my other charting up here. One of the stocks that I've been watching is Clean Spark. We talked about it this morning on pre-market prep. It actually did one of my favorite trades, which is what you call a VWAP bounce. Which is when a stock comes up out of the gates, comes back to VWAP, holds it, and really starts pushing. This is exactly what this one did. Went all the way up there towards 1206. As you can tell, we had this kind of resistance already drawn out. Look how this one wicks right to that resistance, then eventually breaks above it, comes back, recollects volume, what we always want to see, volume through heavy resistance. There was resistance there at 12. It came back. It got the volume it needed right here on these two candles. And then with that being said, kept pushing. Now we're all the way up there towards 1256. Could end up making a run towards 13 today. That's a nice one, Clean Spark. Just wanted to call that one out because it's literally on my screen right here. So one of the things that I use often, guys, I use this TC2000 to get me as close to the sectors and industries that I want. Energy doing really well. From the open today, we're up about 1.5% and overall about 3%. Really good names here starting to make some big lifts. Let me take a look here at the one that I've been giving out, Duke and PR. Looks like Duke got a little bit of a pullback there. POR, let's take a look. Pullback also. These have been pushing up lately, but energy making a nice pushback. Looks like oil's making a move too. We can take a look at some of those. Did see Oxy on there. Let's take a look here. Oxy. There's Oxy Petroleum making a nice push bounce back. One of the things that I always pay attention to when I think oil's coming back is I want to see some leverage move really pushing. And if we look at the gush is going to be the bullish side of the leverage move. And you can see we had some good bounce back the last 2 days. The question is this more a kind of sell the rip, or is it kind of going to actually reverse here and continue on the upside? I think oil is more on the decline. But if we look at some of these charts like MRO, finding some really hard support there, closer down towards 1036. The question is, can it get back above 12 and really start trending again? So I know that someone wanted to talk about oil. So I hope that we covered it a little bit there, Sophie. Was it Sophie? I'm not sure. Let me go back. It was Shannon. Shannon, there you go, Shannon. So take a look. We'll see if oil can really start moving back. But one of the things also is to take a look is whenever you get these strong reversals, right? Because we were coming down towards the 200-day moving average on energy, and we had that strong bounce back. It could flush right back down tomorrow. I would definitely want to see a 2-day positive move here in oil for me to think that it's coming back. Technology also having a great day. Data storage up massively. Semiconductors, solar, an area that I'm definitely looking to get into. Haven't been able to get into the name that I tried to get in this morning. I tried to get in MaxN here right at the beginning on this dip, 1550s. Wasn't able to get a fill, but I'm looking for solar to keep popping on up and making big moves. All right, time to run through some stocks from the chat and see what we got out there. What do you guys want me to take a look at? Smash that like. Appreciate you guys. Sell oil. I can't blame you. I think it's definitely on a downturn really too. Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. Diane, I'm here for you. If you need any stock, let me know. Okay, so first one up, I'm seeing in the chat, I'm seeing FSR being mentioned. That's not a bad one to bring up since it is a SPAC. Let's take a look here at FSR and see what we're finding. If we're finding some support here. And one of the things that I tried to point out on this chart was a monthly chart. I said, look at this stock on a monthly, not a daily. And I think this is going to help you, because if this stays in a sideways trend on the monthly, we just need to get back up through 20s. And I think if we get back up through 20s, 30s, a good look. Let's see if this one can hold. Right now, we're kind of in a sideways week. Let's see it get back above 14. If not, it could head down towards 1010. Pen looking strong. Pow. Yes. Look right here. So one of the things that I look at often is consumer cyclical. And I talked about it this morning on pre-market prep that I was going to see if consumer cyclicals were going to get strong again, especially since we had a tough last week. Look how gambling is starting to lead. Not a bad day there. Let's take a look here at Penn. How we doing? We're starting to find some support. Daily chart bouncing off that 64.40. I really like that area now. I was even looking to get in on this one on Friday. Did not get in. But now that I'm seeing these multiple lows, I really like that look. We've had these lows right here to go off of. And now we're starting to get that reversal right there off that 65 area, you can call it. And really, I mean, now I'm expecting Penn to continue on up, not test down towards that 64.40. And let's see if we can get back above this day when we had a lot of volume. The high there is 73.43. That's where we want to get to so that we can get back up here towards the 88 and 90 level. Good one to mention there. Let's keep going. Lots of loses and lots of losses driving my ride and mile. Yeah, those have been some tough ones to stay in there. GNOG, anything left, Mitch? I highly doubt it. The arbitrage probably is taking this one as far as it's taken. I could see it maybe going to 20, but I'm not seeing much higher than that. With that being said, this one's a little bit harder after the acquisition to really call now. If it was hanging out at the bottom, we could kind of call it. But right now, I think you have 20 in reach. But of course, if 19 cracks on the downside, you could go down to 15. Apple being mentioned by multiple people. So let's take a look here really quickly and see what we're seeing. It's 11:44, so we'll be wrapping up in a little bit here. Looks like we keep fighting to get it back above this 149.43. What I would look for is, okay, so how many times do we have to get above this level, right? And so we tried this right here. We tried it right here. We tried it right here where we actually broke and created that harmony. And now we're recreating that support. The real question is, on this fourth test, do we break and continue? So that's what you want to see. You want to see this break and continue here. So now that we get in this fourth test of resistance to get back above 149, I want to see it hit 150 and not even come back to 149. Let it hold 150 and just get that nice breakout look through Apple. You've had those attempts to get through it before. Now you need some volume to get you through that 150. And if it does get through that 150, I could see this one pushing on up there towards 160. All right, let's keep going. What's going on in the chat? I know someone put this one earlier, so I'll put it up now. CLF, Cleveland Cliffs. What do I see in this? Let's take a look here. Weekly. Yeah, this is kind of on a monthly trend. I don't even have to go to the weekly. I can pull up the monthly. It's just been going sideways on a kind of linear status here. You could call this kind of the low. See these wicks. It just needs to kind of keep holding that. Let's go closer towards the weekly, see if we can pull it up a little bit closer here. There you go. So one thing is you could get a pullback to, say, the levels of 2012, but I do think this is really trying to hold back above 25. So it's okay to pull back there, but you really want to get it back above 25. Still on a trend. As long as it doesn't break here and come in this area, then it wouldn't be that kind of good move, but it is on a good trend here. The main thing that I would draw is how linear is this, right? Like how high up is this going? Is this a rapid pace up? No, it's kind of more of a sideways action pace. So it could just continue on this kind of sideways trend, not really the fastest trend, but showing you that it is continuing to go on a bullish trend. Let's keep going. DKNG DKNG goes to 60. GNOG gets over 20. Not a bad one if that's your look. Tesla, time to pull. Sofi, not a bad question, right? I mean, Tesla's a big one. I think Tesla's going to have a breakout, really. It tried to break down this 700 right here, came down to 650, and really held. I'm still killing myself because I didn't get this one at 630s. We watched this one go to 690s. I said that I would buy back at 630s. I got multiple chances to buy it at that 630. 1, 2, 3 attempts to buy it at 630. And if I would have bought that 630, would have been holding into above 700s and probably would have sold a lot of the position through the 700s. But now it really is looking to uptrend. I think this one could get through 750s. If we get through 750s, then if you look on the weekly, we're going to run through that 750 resistance. So make sure that we get through that 750. And then you got 800, 900 to 1,000. I remember early in the year, I put out 1,000 target for Tesla. I think we could still hit it. It's still reachable, and it keeps going sideways, building up volume. And if we really get that momentum underneath it and maybe a good catalyst, we could see a big run. All right, what other ones we got here? Just downgraded by TD Ameritrade. Too late, buy on weakness. Which one were you talking about, Buffalo? If you could, just make sure that we put the stock with a downgrade like that. Just mention the stock also. All right, let's go ahead. Papi Elon, will you marry me? No, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I got paper hands issues. Where they at? How they say, manos de papel. That's what I got. So I don't know if I can do that. Can we take a look at Pfizer shares? Wow. That's one question I did not think we'd see. But if you want to take a look at it, I'll take a look at it. FP, PFE here really taking off on the weekly. Really, it got some good news today. Monday, it just got that confirmation that it's fully approved and now able to market to consumers. And man, has this one taken off. Story was absolutely everything in this one. If you would have gotten this one at the 40s, you could see this one really take off. Now that it's really getting support, can market. Everyone's talked about booster shots. You can see here from this trend line, it got up above it, came back below it, and then curled right on it, giving us that great look. Has pushed up about that level, about close to 30%. So you could see some retracement, maybe about 15% retracement. Let's say down to here around 43. But for right now, it's looking like it wants to get back above 50s and break out. Let's see what happens on these levels. It keeps fighting to get above this kind of 51 look. So now you've had multiple times to get above that. Let's see if it can. Let's draw a little trend line here. All right, guys. So we've had one up, one down, two up, two down, three up. I want to see it really hold support on any downside action. Let's say down to here is the support around 48.64. If it can do kind of one of these, come down towards, let's say 49.10 or 49.25, then break out. I like that setup if it goes ahead and moves like that. Let's keep going. What's another one out there? That was for CLF on that downgrade. There you go. Appreciate it. So that way, at least people know what you're talking about. Thanks, Mitch. Bought 1,000 shares because of you guys at 10.16. Sold 900 at 19. That's why they call you money. I'm not even going to talk about that. That you guys can take a look at that and make your own decision. Juan talking about the Spanish talk. Claro que sí. Yo hablo español. No sabía. Hey, you guys didn't know that? That's in the back pocket. I always keep that in the back pocket because at the end of the day, I mean, got to have some benefits there. Let's keep going. What are the ones being mentioned here? MSGE. I did see the earnings. It wasn't the best there, of course. I mean, because of the COVID. MSGE. I don't know why I'm putting it into dyslexics. Nice little pop up there, though. I like that little pop. I've been waiting for this one to see if it could make a comeback, but when it broke through this line, this 81, that's why you got to get rid of it, guys, because if we would have stuck around, this thing went down to 60, 20 points down. You know, we definitely weren't expecting that kind of risk when we were looking at this trade during this time. I was even bullish during this time, but I always said that if it broke that 81.32, I mean, you got to just get out. Now that we're coming back, 80 is going to be an important price point because I think you're going to get some overhead selling when you get into 80s. Is it looking good right now? Yeah. I mean, look at that hourly chart, pushed right on up there towards the 200-day moving average, but it really needs to get back up there through, let's say, 72s, 75, and then 80s would be that next stop. Maybe it gets up there in the next couple of days, and then you're going to have to pay attention to the volume profile that comes up there at that 80. All right, let's keep going. Ya tú sabes. You already know. No sabe. Dale, papi. You guys are funny in the chat today. Enjoying it. Mitch, I have Tesla at 501. Should I offload some shares? I mean, personally, I can't tell you what to do with your money. I can only tell you what I would do in my situation. If I was in at 501, to tell you the truth, I think that above 700 would be a good level to take some, because you don't know if it's going to get that big rip towards, let's say, 800 or 900. Another thing that you can do is you could say, okay, now that we're above 700, I don't want to take anything less than 700. So I'll put a stop at 700, or maybe even I don't want to put it exactly at 700. Maybe I put it a little bit below 700 just in case it tests and really quickly bounces off that. I could put maybe 698 out. Boom, stop there, put my hands out. And if it comes down, breaks it, I'll take that profit. If it keeps going, then I'll just keep riding it. All right, let's go ahead, keep going. What are the stocks being mentioned? News on PSTH. The news is I'd stay away. But let's take a look here. Definitely not the chart you want to see. I mean, when this one made the announcement, it's still gone straight down. Definitely one of I gotta say, it's one of my most hated SPACs. Just because the way that they went about everything, everyone expected a unicorn from this, and instead they went for Universal, and then instead, what? They backed out of the deal. It just wasn't there. And so right now, it's looking like it's trying to break down and get below 20. Um, it's crazy to think that this one backed down below that. Now going down there towards 1964. I would stay away from this, and I wouldn't probably even buy this if you gave me the shares. So I'm going to stay away from PSTH. That news on PSTH is a joke. I'll take a look to see what do we have. Let's see what kind of news we have on it. All right, so looks like so Bill Ackman seeking to change the PSTH structure again. That tells you enough. Yeah, that tells you enough right there. Let's take a look here. One being mentioned, PRPB. I got you. I'll take a look, Che. If you could do me the favor, hit the like, guys. I'm trying to go through all these that you guys in the chat, just at least taking some time for checking out stocks that you guys want to take a look at versus stocks that I always want to look at. Holy moly. Don't know anything about this one, but let's take a look here. Daily chart sideways, lots of volume coming in on the 8th of June, the 30th of July, the 4th of August. You need to get it back above those levels, 981, with about the same volume. I want to see some big volume show up, about 2 million shares traded above that 980s. Could push on up towards 990s, but really it needs to get back above 10. I've talked about this 10 up sideways action, and then I'd be interested in PRPB. Don't know too much about this one. I'm going to have to look this up because there's not many that I don't know, but that one I have no idea. Tightening the smashing of the likes in the chat. We need at least 100. Guys, if we don't get 100, I might just end the show right now. Let me take a look here. We got over 339 people watching, and we can't get 100 likes. Guys, I mean, I don't have to do this. I love you guys and all, and I love a lot of people in this chat, but I don't have to do this. You guys smash that like, at least support me. Get us up towards 150. If not, I might just end the show right now, guys. I haven't done that ever, but I'm disappointed in those likes today. But let's keep going. I got 700 likes in pre-market prep, so you guys enjoy it. Come on, hit that like. PLTR. If we get 150 likes, I'll go through PLTR. If not, I'll probably just go ahead and wrap it up here. Looks like we're at 125. Can we get 25 more? And then we get into PLTR. It's one of my favorite stocks right now. I put it out on my Twitter a little while ago when it first broke out. And there's been some ads on it. I've drawn this chart pretty significantly multiple times. And as you guys can see, I feel like I have it down packed right now on the hourly. But hey, got to get those hairs on those chests going, like Brian C says. And if you want to trade Palantir, you have to have a little bit of hairs on those chests. What I like is the 9 EMA underneath it and scooping. That's what you guys want to be seeing. So look at the hourly chart. Look how we've been going on up, coming back down to these levels, pushing back off of it. Coming back down to these levels, pushing back off of it. It's exactly what you want to see. But the big thing now is, now that you've had some multiple lows, let me kind of clear this up a little bit here. All right, so now that we've got these multiple lows, we've had that one push up, one pull down, right? So you get a one push up there. You get a pull back down. You get a push back up, pull back down. Now you're getting that next push back up. So what do you got here, right? Let's draw this out. One up, Good Lord. My charts is not working the best day for me. 2 up, 3 up. And I've talked about this before on this show about the rule of 3, right? And so the rule of 3 states here that now that we've had 3 resistance try, we can come back to support, but we must hold support on any downside action and push right back up there to the trend line. Now that we've gotten that look, okay, you gotten that 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down, 3 up. It's okay to pull back here towards, let's say, somewhere in this level. But after that level, we want to see it come back and then really break out through the resistance there and get strong up there, let's say 25, 26, so that it can really get that momentum to get up there towards 27. And this is the rule of 3. It doesn't mean that it's going to hold. This is my rule that I like to use on flags or pennants. So definitely get those likes on up. This is something that I talk about on Money Mitch. And if you guys want to talk a little bit more about the rule of 3, come to Money Mitch today at 4 o'clock Eastern. And like always, give that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below. We're going to keep advancing and bringing you guys some more interviews. I think we've done so many interviews on SPAC's attack that we need to also go back to some of the ones that we've already done. So please hit the comments down below. Let me know who you want to see next, and I'll make sure the Zoltan in the chat reaches out and gets us that guest. Like always, guys, give us a thumbs up. We'll see you guys on the Power Hour. Power Hour is up next. Did we get the 150 likes? Oh, 149. Who wants to break resistance there? Who's going to break the resistance? Let's get it up there. And I'll see you guys next time on the SPAC's attack. We should be back tomorrow with Chris. And like always, I'll have my brain back, so we'll be able to knock out a little bit more. And congratulations on the golf champ. Yes, Jason Raznick is that little golf champ. I'll give him a shout out too. Thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Rick House, like always, I appreciate you, everyone in the chat. Love it. Broke the resistance. That's what I wanted to hear. Money Mitch, numero uno. We're getting multilingual here on Benzinga. And like always, I'm here for you guys. If you guys need anything, reach out to me on Twitter, Story Investors. I'd love to help out traders. Even if I can just get you to that next level by a better understanding of your own system, we can talk about it. Reach out to me and continue on. Up next, you got the Power Hour. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. The number 1 place here on the stock market, Benzinga TV. So we'll continue and keep this party going.